the theme for us should be the intersection of IBB political and leadership philosophy in power. What have we learned? If you lived through IBB's time, if you got to read about him, what have you learned? In perspective, when General Ibrahim Babangida took over in 1985, I was 13 years old. And when he left power in 1993, I was just 21 in the university. And I've had reasons to interact with him, including last week. And regularly, when I talk, he gets to know even the latest thing I forgot that I talked about. He will still remind me of it. So what have we learned? That's what I want to contribute. I don't want to talk too much about the problems of Nigeria. There are many. The only thing I can say is that if you want to know the problem of Nigeria, just look around this room. The problems of Nigeria are in this room. So everyone has one contribution or the other to the problems. And if you are looking at the solution to the problems of Nigeria, you can also look through this room, you will see people who have solutions. But IBB left power almost 30 years ago. So why are we still here talking about him? That's what we call legacy. Legacy takes time because things take time to mature. Things take time to make sense. And things make sense to different generations in different ways. But the few things I learned from that is that IBB was a youth when he took over power. And all these wonderful things he has done was done when he was a youth. So it breaks the myth that you have to be very old and tired before you can make sense in politics. It's not true. Secondly, that we are relating with him not only because of buildings such as the one we are in now, and bridges in Lagos, and dualization of Kano roads, giving us a new, brand new federal capital, which if he didn't do, we will still be struggling with now. Because things he didn't do are the things we can't do now. If he didn't build Abuja, we'll still be talking about Abuja, the way we were talking about Ajaokuta, the way we were talking about aluminum smelter and all of those things. So whatever virtue he had in power, and whatever vices he had in power, the only reason why we can interrogate them is so that we can learn lessons from them. From the little I know about the general, he will take praises and criticism the same way. He doesn't care which one you bring. But the question is, what lesson have we learned? Because whatever errors he made, whatever he achieved, is no excuse for us to have a government after him that is worse than the one he ran. When we are interrogating any regime, any administration in Nigeria, there's no excuse for us, after that administration has left, for us not to consolidate where they got it right and learn lessons from where they got it wrong. And that is one lesson I have learned as a leader, that I will never make the same mistakes made by an earlier leader, and I will never spoil anything they have got right. If we take that, many of our problems will recede in the background. In many countries in the world, they make mistakes too, but they don't tend to repeat these mistakes all the time. 3, don't let us cry and read the book of Lamentations, as Solomon Dalon will say, when we are talking about Nigeria. Any challenge we meet, at the time we meet it, is the challenge for the age. I am not saddened or burdened and annoyed that I met insecurity, I met poverty. As a leader, whatever challenge I meet that time is the challenge I am sent to come and solve. So we find solutions to them. We, for our generation and for the Social Democratic Party, we are not worried. We are not in despair. We have hope that these problems, when you give us the opportunity, we will solve the problems.
Thank you very much, Prince Adewole Adebayo. Thank you so much. Yes, we have given you the...
Just give me a minute, please, because it is good to listen to those who might likely be the ruler of this country, so that we don't get confused about what they stand for.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, in essence,
future ruler, you have 60 seconds.
Thank you. Please, let me make it very clear. And it's very important. And every leader should learn this, that whatever is the crisis in Nigeria today, there is no national crisis of any dimension that you cannot resolve through General Babangida, because almost everybody in every sphere of life, academics, military, political, administrative, has a connection to him. And if we use that medium, there is no issue that we cannot resolve in this country. And that we should try as much as possible to raise leaders, youth or older people, whatever leaders, who will not be divisive, who will be leaders who unite the country, and that if you have that, because the problems we are crying about in this country, they pay to insignificance to the problems other countries are facing. Thank you.